Hello. Let me see if I can. I really need to get this way, right here, just like that, so I can talk into the camera. Anyway, what we have done today is I drew something in my moleskin sketchbook. Moleskin. Anyway, what I have done is I'm gonna show it to you real quick. This right here. And what I did is I decided, since it was such a short video, I was gonna do it real time. If you're not interested in real time, don't watch this video, but it's all gonna be real time because I figured I enjoy watching it. I enjoy listening to commentary, voiceover, whatever it is, and then watching real time. So this one's gonna be 100% with subtle exceptions, but it's real. I'm seriously not sure why the voice or the sound cut out of my intro. I'm not sure, because I recorded it and it's like its own separate video to this video. You know, like I edited it into this video, and it's fine. It sounds normal. But then I drop it into iMovie, which is what I edit my videos on, and all of a sudden it doesn't work. So it's a little minor hiccup. It's fine. It's whatever. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump right into this thing. Now, I had my previous intentions. My intentions originally, whenever I set up this camera and just decided to make a YouTube video, it was not to do it real time. But also at the same time, I knew that whenever I was going to be drawing with these materials, it's by the way, this is a water brush it's a combination of water and ink, and I have two brushes and two different quantities of ink. So one of them's like half ink, half water, and the other one is, this one is like 3 or 4 drops of ink and the rest is water. So it's like super diluted and nice light gray color. Anyways, so with these materials, I like to be like throwing the brush around the paper and just kind of testing it out and like trying new things. I'm constantly trying new things, but I knew I would work fast, and I knew that I'd fill the page up quickly, and whatever it was I ended up making wasn't going to take 2 or 3 or 4 hours like some of my pencil drawings or pen drawings do. So I set the camera up and knew that I wasn't going to be recording any more than like 45 minutes, and I don't know, it just kind of felt necessary. I don't think I've ever done a full-time drawing, and like I said in my intro, I personally enjoy watching people do things real time and like, you know, just watching it, really. I like to watch the process. I'll say this, whenever I started to learn how to draw, I consider myself self-taught, but I would over and over again refer back to YouTube and watch these people draw characters or whatever it is I was into. A lot of Dragon Ball Z characters, honestly. But you know, back then I became obsessed with watching the process of art being made, and it was all fast forwarded and it was all fast, and I was like, but then I ran into Mark Crilly, who is phenomenal. If you don't know who Mark Crilly is, go find out who Mark Crilly is real quick. Like, don't even watch this video. Go watch Mark Crilly. He's amazing. But anyway, he would draw, like, I got to see each and every single pencil stroke as he talked and as he taught people how to draw, like, through these tutorials and all. And he, you know, like, he would apologize every time he'd like, I gotta crank it into time-lapse so that this video isn't a mile long. And then it would crank into time-lapse, and I would always like, oh no, my heart would sink, because I love watching him draw real time and watch the thing come alive. You know, it's almost like you're there watching it, or it's almost like you're creating this piece of art yourself, because he makes it look so effortless and so flawless, and I became obsessed with that. So I figured I'd give that a shot, you know what I mean? Like, but instead of kicking it into time lapse like he did all the time, I'm just gonna throw it, just do it all. And who knows? You might like it. I like it. I personally like it. So I will admit though that the time lapse, not the time lapse, good lord. The video isn't just I pressed the record button and I didn't press the stop button until I was finished drawing. I was at work. I work at a tattoo shop, and so I have to answer the phone and greet customers and find out what they're here for, whether they want piercings, tattoos, or consult with people, or just, I greet people, so I would have to pause it. And there were even occasions where I got up and completely forgot to pause it and sat down 5 or 10 minutes later and it's still recording. So I'm not about to sit here and make you watch nothing. So I chopped it up, basically. The moments where you can plainly see it, because I didn't do the best job of editing, but it's fine, it's whatever. Whenever it looks like it's chopped, like it chops over to the next thing, that's what it is basically I had to get up and I had to either pause it or I forgot to pause it. So I didn't skip any of the drawing process. That's kind of what I'm saying. It's chopped up. Excuse me. It's chopped up, but it's not skipped any. I did my best to quickly assemble it. Anyway, this is a long... This is going to take so long. Oh my goodness. I'm going to straight up say I haven't prepared anything. And my ultimate plan with this, in order to get through this, how many minutes was it? 30 minutes? I'm not going to be talking for 30 minutes straight. Just because I feel as if I take a break, I'll come up on something fresh to talk about, something new. So I'm going to hit pause and get back on something, which is convenient because I'm pulling up at the house. I'm driving and I'm pulling up at the house and probably need to get out and greet my wife and my kid and my family and say hello. So might actually jump to whatever. So the next time you hear me is going to be my voice, maybe a certain topic, maybe a certain something, but I don't know yet. It'll be future me. So I want to casually mention that I bought a Switch, a Nintendo Switch, and I just now bought it. I know it got released in 2017, but I just bought it because, to be honest, I'm not as big of a gamer as I used to be. Like, I used to be obsessed with video games. Anything Nintendo, anything PlayStation, back in the PS2 era and the Wii and the DS Lite and that whole era. That was my stuff, man. But since then, I've kind of grown up, and not kind of, I've grown up, and I have a family, and I have now 2 jobs, and I'm primarily focusing on art to the point where I have so many things stacked up, I can't necessarily balance everything. So, the gaming has taken a back burner for a while, but I've recently gotten back into it. And I've learned that I like the old stuff. I went ahead and bought my old game consoles that I used to have, the Nintendo DS and then the PlayStation 2 and all. But I figured I'd dive into the new market a little bit, being I've had Xbox One, I had a PS4 Pro, and now a Switch. But with the previous game consoles, the Xbox, the PlayStation, and all those, I've sold them. I kept them for a couple months, and then I just didn't feel it, you know what I mean? Like, it didn't... I bought the PS4 expecting it to feel as amazing as as exciting as the PlayStation 2 did for me back in the day. But it didn't have that same feel. It felt totally different. It felt so off and weird to me. It was unfamiliar, basically. And I skipped the PS3, the PlayStation 3, and the Xbox 360. I didn't have either one of those. So I feel like I missed, like, the middle generation between those two. So, like, there was no transition from PS2, PS3, PS4. It was a straight jump from PS2 to PS4 for me. And it was just like, it was cool because the graphics were nice and crispy and it played flawlessly on my 4K TV, but it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like my version of gaming. It didn't feel at home with me. Everything was different. So I sold it. Same with the Xbox. I got it, and I actually fell in love with that thing. The Xbox One. I've been a PlayStation kid my entire life. PS1, 2, like I said. Like, growing up, that's what I played. It was a PlayStation. We didn't have an Xbox. But I fell in love with the Xbox and PUBG. And I wish I didn't sell that game console for those two games. For that one game, I'm sorry. But, I mean, whatever have you. But now I have the Switch. And I just kind of figured out that my style of gaming, I suppose, what I enjoy playing, isn't really the style of games that are on the PlayStation and Xbox versus what's on the Switch is like, the Nintendo is a lot more family friendly, you know what I mean? Like a lot more family focused, and you know, you got everything Mario, you got Pokemon, you got Zelda. It's all like, you know, Smash Bros, for example. You can sit down with up to 8 people in your house and just crank out a whole gaming session of Smash Bros. And you can still do that today, which is something that's not as common with the PlayStation and Xbox anymore. You don't really sit next to each other and play the game and like push each other, and like the competition isn't like necessarily there anymore. It's like it's all either one-player games or it's all played through the internet, and that's all right. It's just what it is, but you don't get that experience that I missed, you know, like. But now with like the Switch, I can do that with Smash Bros. And Mario Kart and Mario Party and all those fun games, you know what I mean? And even Pokemon, like, just, I don't know, that's what I learned that I enjoyed. But side note, I didn't want to pay the $300 price tag that came with the Switch at launch. And then, of course, with it being a brand new console, there's going to be updates. So I was kind of low-key, slowly but surely waiting on those updates to come out. Maybe a slim version, maybe a 2.0, maybe a whatever it is, you know? And, of course, naturally, you know, there was problems with it. There was, you know, heating issues. There was Joy-Con drift. There was all kinds of stuff wrong with it. Battery life was subpar. But I waited this whole time to get one, and I got it used, and I got it for cheap. I got it for less than half of what you buy it off the shelf brand new. Less than half, which is amazing, phenomenal. So I feel like I made a good purchase, and at this point I've invested enough like money into the accessories and all to like pretty much even out to where it's $300. But I mean, you know, I've got games for it. I got controllers. I've got screen protectors. I've got all the little things that, you know, that I feel as if it should come with, you know, to improve my gaming experience, whatever. But I don't know. Long story short, that's what I miss in modern gaming is like, or like when I used to be a gamer back in the day, is like I miss sitting next to my brother or sitting next to my friend at his house or at my house and whatever, and cranking out a gaming session side by side, sitting right there next to each other, whooping each other in whatever game it is we're playing. And I miss it, and I'm excited about getting that back, really. But that's my little complaint / satisfaction / whatever with games, I suppose, modern games. And who knows, I find myself at this point, I guess, okay, so also I much prefer using handhelds, like Nintendo's handhelds, because Pokemon and Animal Crossing and the fun little games that you could just literally, like, you could, with the DS and like the 3DS, you could just fold it in half, put it in your pocket, and go run and whatever, travel to your friend's house, just wherever, go to town, flip it open and keep playing. And they did an amazing job with the Switch by implementing the fact that it can be a handheld or a home console, both. So like it's amazing, and I'm so looking forward to that, just taking it. And I've got it I'm actually going to work right now, and I've got it in my bag, and I low-key have Joy-Con drift because I bought it secondhand, and I'm excited about tearing this thing apart, the Joy-Con, and replacing parts on it, and crossing my fingers hoping I don't break it. But I don't know, I'm excited about it. This is, of all the modern gaming consoles, the modern game time, this one is the most, I'm excited mostly about this one, with the accessories and the support from third-party companies, and just it feels good. The other ones felt okay, and I got them out of obligation because my friends were getting them, or because the PS4 was going to be like the PS2, I thought. But this one, I'm stoked about. I'm just super excited about. Hopefully I can, and I hope honestly, I can't wait to see what happens. Briefly talking about the drawing, I suppose, is this was drawn the same day that I got the outline work of my tattoo done. And this is the tattoo is for my brother. It's to represent it's just for him. So I got this piece, and I want it to be pretty special. I want it to be memorable, something that I can, that I have a connection with. And so this is actually the same design, or inspired by a design that is on my coffee mug. I have a coffee mug with Boba Fett and Jabba's palace and the Slave 2. And so it's like the profile of his face, and then it's just an intricate piece. It's really cool. And this drawing, or this whatever, it was on my coffee mug. So I have a picture of this, and I took this to the guy who's teaching me how to tattoo. He's the one who's doing the tattoo. So so I took it to him, and we looked at the design and made just a good solid piece, honestly. After looking at the design long enough, after watching him draw it and then kind of rendering the image, it was kind of like burned into my brain over the course of several days. So I took this, I got the tattoo, or the outline of the tattoo anyway. And this whole time, this is really all I'm thinking about, is this piece of art going onto my body forever. And so I just sit down and take this opportunity to kind of decompress and draw something, because just to draw. And it just kind of, with that image burned into my brain, that side profile, this drawing kind of naturally took that same direction. So it just kind of happened. I honestly try not to stress too much with my art and the end result, really, and what it looks like, what it ends up looking like, and I just more focus on the process. And I say this often, but I focus on the process of creating and layering and just putting lines on paper or whatever shape, or just paint splattering on it. It's fun. I enjoy the process way more than I enjoy the end result. And honestly, if it ends up looking good and acceptable and like people enjoy it, that's kind of like the side, kind of a benefit, like a side benefit. It's it's not why I'm doing it. I'm not doing it for recognition. I'm not doing it for whatever. I'm doing it because I really want to. And most of the time, I don't have an objective as to what I'm going to draw, or don't have anything in mind. Just simply being in the habit of drawing something every single day. That's my ultimate goal. And if I don't put too much pressure on myself, I can't really hit this block because I don't really have expectations for myself, and I'm not really like unmotivated to do a certain thing. It's just the act of drawing, and then the act of enjoying the process of drawing. And so I just, I try to do that. But with that being said, I also have consistent urges here recently to draw people. People just in general, something more than just a side profile of a person, like a drawing here, or like a front-facing image of a person. I consistently find myself drawing the same person or the same style of drawing with a different face, and that's about it. Different colors, and that's literally about it. So I want to I am stretching out and pushing myself to learn more figures and more like dimension and just different things, honestly, with people specifically. And I didn't record this drawing, but the paper, the sheet or the page next to this drawing currently, the one I'm working on right now, the one to the right of it is drawn on now, and I did that yesterday, and it turned into a person. And you can go see that if you want to on my Instagram at thehuntstudio17. It's all one word. You can go check that out. And what I did with that one is just started out with a loose little sketch of something, and then I was drawing my random shapes, and then I saw the head of a person, and then the chest and the arms, or in the like from the deltoid down to the navel is about what I saw of a person. So I kind of pushed it in that direction, and I combined this doodle style, this random style of whatever, just random shapes stacked on top of each other, whatever you want to call it, really. I connected those two, like made the connection between this doodle style and then these people, and came up with something that's pretty sick, honestly. I enjoy it. And I've done this multiple times at this point at different levels, and I don't know, maybe I'll end up adopting this as my style, where I draw random shapes until I see a person or see a face or see a leg or an arm or something, and kind of inch it in there. Honestly, with my sketchbook, my previous sketchbook with the crescent render paper and all, the one where I did my most recent sketchbook tour on YouTube, so you can find that, the 3.0. You can find that, like in the beginnings of it, you can find random body parts stuck in this same like doodle style, where I'm just randomly making marks and whatnot, random lines. You can see fingers and eyes and ears and heads and mouths, just random shapes in this drawing, which is pretty cool to me, I think. And I'm kind of strayed away from that for a little while, and now I'm inching my way back into it. So I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? I think this is over. Oh my gosh. Is this over? No way it's over. Oh, it's not over. I'm adding highlights now. I forgot about the highlight part. And the bubbles. I forgot about these little dots. Because of if you'll see, right underneath the little visor, the little eye part, there's like an accidental dot there. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I was just kind of going with the flow. And just started to add, making it consistent. So I'm really enjoying art and what my style is kind of developing into, and I don't know, I just really enjoy it because that's why I started drawing and committing to making YouTube videos and making an entire an entire Instagram page dedicated to my art, is because I enjoy it. That's not to say that it doesn't come with its challenges, because it totally does. One of them being, you get kind of bored doing the same thing over and over and over again. And yeah, the image, the result is always different, but the process is relatively the same. And am I getting tired of it? I don't know. I'm not going to stop making art. I'm going to keep going because I genuinely enjoy it. I just love it. But I don't know. What do I need to do to mix it up? I might need to go and get some paint and slap some paint on a canvas and do that again, because it's been a while, Maybe I can do a crafty project of some sort and build like a 3D structure of sorts. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But maybe I'm getting tired of drawing. Maybe I need some sort of like motivation, some sort of push to keep going. And I don't know. It's hard to say exactly what's going on in my mind. It's hard to explain it exactly, because I love art and I love doing it. I just get kind of bored, really. I'm trying to think of something to compare it to, really. I don't know, something you're just genuinely excited about and just become bored about and just over, But I'm not to the point of where I'm just like fed up with it. I'm going to stop and take a break for a while and whatever, because, I've already done that. I've already taken a break from art when we were transitioning, so I don't know what I'm going to do. A lot of times people will, in order to cure this, they will buy more art supplies. But I don't know if I want to do that. If that might not be exactly in the plans. I don't know. Maybe I'll find something out. I'll definitely find something. I guarantee you what'll help is if I interact with other people with my art, collaborate with people. And I've been saying this for a mountain of days, but I need to collaborate with people. I need to interact more with people, and that's what I'm hungry for, honestly, is interaction between artists and art. And just kind of, maybe I need to go to an event. Maybe I need to go see people. Maybe I need to watch other people do art, in real life, instead of just YouTube videos. Who knows? I'm surrounded by a bunch of creative people already, but maybe I need to mix it up a little bit more. Who knows? I'll have the answer to this. Side note, before this ends really quickly, I fixed my Joy-Con. I did. I took, I fixed my Joy-Con, which is cool, which is awesome. But I did break it at the same time. I opened it up and fixed the little analog stick, but I ripped a ribbon cable in the process. And I lost the minus button in the left Joy-Con. If you know anything about that, if you don't, sorry. But yeah, so I broke it. But I fixed one problem, but then created another problem. So, yay! That's kind of what comes with fixing things yourself. Do it yourself. You're not guaranteed any sort of result, and you could possibly make things worse before you make them better. And that's kind of what I did. But it's still playable, and it's in an acceptable state where I can play with it with my family, and it's okay. So just wanted to update you on that. If you've stayed this long, I want to say thank you. Thank you very much for staying. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for whatever, supporting me while I figure this little journey out. Hopefully it never ends, this journey. But I'm enjoying what it is right now. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying learning about art, learning about YouTube, learning that, the rules have changed with YouTube, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with that and how my art relates, or gets affected. So, I don't know, just in the comments, give me a comment and suggest things to me. Like, give me some support, give me some tips, guidance, whatever, start something in the comments. I'd like some advice or something to help keep me going, and I'd like to give back. And so if you want something from me, if you want to see something from me, let me know, and I'll do what I can to, provide. So this is almost over. So I'm basically just kind of wasting my time, wasting your time until it ends. Yeah, I feel the need to color. I want to use color more. Which I am, and which I will color. Black and white's cool, gray's cool, but I want to use color. So there's that. Just like that. 30 minutes, another sheet, another drawing, another something is done in my sketchbook. It's a lot to do with this guy right here, this new little tattoo we got here, this little thing. It's just the line work, but it's a super cool piece of art. So I had to make something inspired by this thing. So I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day. It's been a good day for me, obviously. It's been a great day. Oh my God! I hate when that happens.